Hello, Awifians. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you all, wherever you may be in the world. I hope you're well. I hope the week started well for you. Please come join us for a short conversation on the impact of Corona on SME. I am waiting for Claudia. I don't see her, but as you know, technology has its own way of doing things. We are having big technical problems because everybody's online, everybody's trying to live stream, everybody is trying to stay visible, which is a good thing. But we need time, we need patience. If this is the very first time you're watching me, my name is Lillian Mole. I am the founder and CEO of the African Women's Economic and Entrepreneurship Forum, the place where we challenge the status quo for economic advancement of African women. Come join me. Like always, share this live stream with your family and friends. Share this live stream with your enemies, whoever you think may benefit from it. Give us some time. I am waiting on Claudia, but let's get started with who we are so you know. Yes, Claudia says she's trying to open the link. It's not working, so please give us a few minutes. Let's see how things turn up. Just give us a few minutes because we cannot miss this conversation. Be it short, be it for 10 minutes. Let me just go check on her. Please share, share, share. Just asking her. No, she's not there. Please bear with us. We are going to be talking about the impact of Corona on SMI. We have a singer and an entrepreneur, originally from Kenya. We've spoken to her before. You should know her by now if you're familiar on this platform. She's based in Switzerland, and we would like to know how this is impacting her and how she's pivoting her business. Just give me a few minutes. No, it doesn't seem to be working. What a shame. We had been looking forward to this for a very long time, and yeah, but I'm not giving up. I'll stay here for a few more minutes. Let's see what she comes up with. Let's see. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. And as we wait, I would love to share with you this quote, which says, managing and navigating through a financial crisis is not fun at all, okay? It's not fun for many. Neither for you, nor for me. But we are not alone. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just messaging her so she can try to use another device, but let's see. Let me invite her again. Let's go here. I see that we are live. Yeah, but nothing is working for us. Oh dear, oh dear. Technology, don't give us pain. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm waiting on our guest for today. Please share this live stream. We just hope that things work out. Thank you so much, Claudia. We are waiting for you. We don't give up on this platform. Please, please, please come join us. Share this live stream. Let's give Claudia a few minutes for her to try again and again. And we'll see. If not, I'll just have to talk alone. But this is not Cafe Clutch. I shouldn't be alone. I should be with Claudia. Come on, Claudia, come on. What a shame. Let's see. Let me ask her. If not, we can't waste too much time on this if people are not coming. We are waiting for Claudia to log on. Please let me know where you're watching this live stream. Hey, she's coming on. Yes! Please, God. Yeah! She's coming up. I see her. So please, yes, just give us a few minutes. She's coming up.
Really sorry. Let me find myself in a better position.
Thank you so much. We don't give up on this platform. You're frozen, but we're not going anywhere. We're staying here, right here. We're waiting for you. Yeah. That's my girl. Come on.
It was a struggle. Nothing comes easy, I tell you.
Yes, but you made it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm managing.
You are a busy woman. I'm so grateful you said yes immediately. You never let me down. How could I thank you enough?
No, especially in this time, we need to really inspire each other, talk to each other. So when you asked me, I thought, why not? The opportunity came, at the right time.
Yeah. But you must be exhausted, with the work you have. But let's keep that for the end. So how is the situation for you right now? As a female entrepreneur and a singer, how is Corona pandemic affecting you right now?
Well, Corona is really affecting or has affected us in a great way because most of us live from this, live from our art, music, or if you're a tailor, you live from what you do, our handwork. So a lot of businesses have been closed. This means for us, we cannot perform. For me personally, I will speak for myself. I was entering my season for this year. In March, and now a lot of my concerts and workshops that I had to be cancelled.
Yeah.
So somehow you can't do anything because you are not the only one,
Yeah. It's a shame because the weather, it's also coming in the time. If it's in winter, I can understand, but now the weather is getting better, and this is when people really need to go out and really meet other people. Then this happen. It's also a shame because this is going to take years to recover.
Yeah, actually, it's going to take more than years. But the point is, do we want it to be back to the way it was?
No.
We don't want it to be back to the way it was because somehow it wasn't working in a way. We had a lot of places or companies or branches that had a lot of things that needed to be seen. Even the old heart itself, we needed a break in a way. For me personally, I think it is time for us to reflect and check ourselves up, not always check the neighbor. And the quarantine, the isolation was good because you can't escape from yourself.
Yes.
You have to check who am I? What have I been doing really? You cannot say I'm blaming Corona, but what have you been doing before Corona? And how can you implement it in after Corona, or if there will be an after Corona?
Yes. I love that perspective of what have you been doing? Yeah. Now is the moment of, I call it the moment of truth. you can, as you said, you cannot escape from yourself, and you cannot escape from the decisions which you've been making, which you made before. Now is the time. It's like,
Exactly.
the only problem is that we were forced into it so soon. But this is like a death situation where you have no choice. You are in it.
Yeah, yeah, it is really nobody was planned for it. And even if you say, people used to say you save or we should save, you are not thinking of saving for this. You're thinking of saving for your children's future, for maybe building a house. You're not thinking of saving so that when this block, thing doesn't come out, we have food, we can pay rent. It was so sudden that we have to really change our mindset of how we think about saving, for instance.
Yes, yes, yes. Which I agree. However, those who saved are still in a better position than those who did not.
Exactly. So this is the point. What I'm saying is that if you saved, you are okay. So this meaning of saving, you should really think about it. Saving is for such moments. We tend to use I'm saving for my future, but actually that savings came at the right time now,
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
present. So we
yes, yes.
shouldn't only we should, as much as we save, but I think the savings we had really came in at the right time, because for those who saved, we are really happy.
Yeah, yeah. And in the African context, this is going to really hit hard because we are so much dependent on help, help. This family, family, when you know someone in the family will bail you, the foreign countries will come and help, and we just have this short term way of looking at it. Not everybody, there are different classes of people in Africa, but the majority of people is just from day to day. How do you think this coronavirus is going to help us African being in the diaspora? Because some people are in the diaspora, they still do the same thing, be it in the diaspora or in Africa. How is this going to teach us a lesson to try and model the developed world? I'm not saying that the developed world, they are better. I'm not saying, but just look at the way they are handling corona. It's very different. And people will come out of this differently than Africans. So how can we Africans start looking at this particular case to rethink the way we live our lives?
um First of all, I would say it is time for Africa to wake up now. In Swahili, we say amuka sasa. Because when you look at it, we have everything we need. As we actually have everything we need. We have, when it comes to food, Africa produces some of the exotic fruits, for example, plants. We have really, and then healthy also.
Yes.
And we have everything. We have bio chickens.
Yes.
We have everything. So it's now for us to go back to our farmers, promote our farmers. If we promote our farmers can reduce also the prices, because when the products are going, they can reduce the prices. And when we promote ourselves, the money goes back to the community, because remember, the farmer needs also salt. He will go back to the neighbor there with the kiosk and buy salt. So this will circulate. If it could work, we have all the resources. I was so happy recently. I saw a company in Nairobi or somewhere in Kenya that have started to develop or make their own masks, face masks. And they were actually distributing them. They made like 20,000 or 200,000 masks, and they distributed it to the poor and to people who cannot afford them, or they distributed them to the government. And they are made in Kenya. They are not important from China. They made them themselves. So we should start to depend on our own products, support our own artists, our own farmers, our own teachers. Not when a teacher comes from Europe, they are given a laptop. Equip our teachers also in Kenya with laptops. Like now in Switzerland, the children are doing homeschooling. The schools, even our school, my daughter's school, they ask, do you have a laptop? Do you need one? The children are continuing schooling. So Africa, the children now, they are standard.
Yes.
Apart from the children in the international schools, the other So we need to equip ourselves. We need to equip our own for our own good.
Yes, yes. Africa should start valuing its own value, its own stuff,
Yes,
because we have it
we are
all.
very valuable. Yeah, we have
Yeah,
it. We have everything they
yeah,
need. As a lot of countries depend on resources from Africa. So I'm not saying that we are superior or something like, but we do have a lot to offer. We should not underestimate our power.
yeah,
And also to the diaspora Africans,
yeah, yeah,
let's wake up now. Let's not wait for always being given. Let's ask ourselves, what is my skill? What can I do? What am I good at? Who
yeah.
do I know? How do I start? Inform ourselves, and then you can do something, not just always wait, oh, we're waiting for donors, we're waiting for sponsors. No, you are your own sponsor.
Exactly. This is the time to reflect on, if nobody is going to help me, how can I help myself? China is not, as I said
Exactly.
before, China is not coming. They have their own. They're even kicking Africans out. Europe is not coming. They have their own stuff to deal with. What can you be without these people?
We can be marvelous. We can be kings and queens. We can be, our countries can be kingdoms, because we are kingdoms. We have
Yes.
everything. We have gold. We have, oh my God, we have, I don't know, but if the educated ones, the Africans who have educated themselves, or in a certain degree, and they have the knowledge that we are still lacking back home. If we can go back or inspire the young ones down there to start up, bringing up the independency also through technology, like for example with the farmers I'm talking about, we have also online shops now,
Yes.
like. Soko or M Soko, like I don't know, so
EPP.
small. Hmm.
Yeah.
And they can also do delivery, so we can really do a lot of. So we have so much at our disposal. If we use it correctly, we can change our own mindset of how
Yes.
great we are.
Yes, yes. We are the brain, we are guilty of brain drainage in Africa, because we have the knowledge, we have, and we left that continent, but we are here supporting that continent. We are here to promote that continent. We are here to give our feedback. However, I have seen videos, I have heard of stories where the diasporas are now becoming the target of the people back home. When you go back to Africa now, people, they call the neighbor or they call the police that you should be checked if you have coronavirus. I have seen a video of someone who was just thrown into a room with absolutely no resources, alone in that room, just because the person came from abroad. So now this brain drainage that the continent needs is being targeted. How do we educate people?
Mhm.
This is a double fight. They're no longer fighting the colonial masters. We are fighting ourselves. This is the problem of Africa. How do we tackle
As
this?
of me, let me just be honest, my dear. When it comes to this corona thing, I want to be sincere. I was also recently. I'm so lucky. I was in February in Kenya. Exactly after I came back is when the whole shutdown started in Switzerland, and I was thinking I was so lucky that it was the time, because why would you go if like now our country now is, we are really affected, maybe more than a lot of other countries, and it's all over the world. What is so important that you cannot stop? Because remember, we are spreading, because not all of us, but I think quarantine is important if we want to stop this thing. And the government of these countries, like all the, they should just find a way of making it doable without doing it so rough. But I think it's necessary, because we are talking about lives. So if people can postpone their trips for now,
No one is traveling. No one is traveling in the moment. So it's not like
exactly. So those
it's
who
not
those
like
who
you
really
said,
really have to travel, is
yeah.
it important?
But the person did not travel now. The person did not travel. The person has been there for weeks. But just because the person is from abroad, it's now.
That one is just that is too much. That is too much. I think they should just be checked up as well, just checked, normal, measured, and then treated normal. Not that now they are isolated like unless someone shows symptoms, because you have to show symptoms to be,
Yeah, yeah. I call this a mindset problem,
Yeah,
because
it is a mindset problem.
I
It
mean,
is.
and also I don't think any educated person in their right mind would do such a silly thing. But this is what now people from diaspora are facing. So watch out. No traveling. We're all staying home. But it proves a point
Yeah.
again. It proves a point again that we are still weak in our mindset. We are still fragile in the way we treat each other. And by opening up these loopholes, we will be colonized again the second and the third time.
Yeah, we would, but I don't think. I think no matter how behind it might seem we are, it won't reach to that level that we get recolonized again. Because if we just wake up, it's just something. A lot of we still need to do a lot, but
Yeah.
the key to doing this a lot is really small. So if we can capire what it is and start to do it, then we can secure even the future of our kids, and give them the
A better
knowledge, because we should stop clinging to power and start giving the young people opportunity to show us what they cannot do. Because there are so many things, even me myself online, it takes me a lot of time to get to know. And my daughter can really chap chap, she does it. So but if I tell her don't do it, don't do, I start to it will not go. So we need to give the young ones opportunity as much as possible, but not everyone, because also not all young ones are wise.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
But in your country, for example, your country is Kenya is very advanced. This is not the situation with many African countries. There are very few. You have Kenya, you have Nigeria, South Africa, Rwanda, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana that are really, really, really making it. So in those countries, I can see your point going through. I can see the change. But if in the entire continent, you have Congo as well, if in the entire continent you have just these 10 countries that are leading, the gap is so wide. How do we manage to navigate this?
Well, uh, what I can say is just that, even Kenya, we have our own struggles still.
Of course.
But compared to some other countries, let's say compared to Malawi, I have a friend from Malawi who has a project there. And she was telling me that he was in Kenya and saw the development we have. And compared to Malawi, it is really different, because the people have to first of all decide we need this change, we accept
Yes,
change.
yes, it's huge.
So it is not about bringing new technology, it's about the people themselves. Are they ready for change?
Yes.
And are they willing to work for change? Not that change that they are given, change that they are working for.
Yeah, yeah.
You
This
know,
is what we really have to think about. The change that you are willing to work for, not the change that you are hoping that you will get. It's really a
exactly.
mindset problems. As I said, some countries are ready and they're in advance, especially in the example you've just given. Malawi is still way behind, and we would love
Yeah.
to speak to that friend of yours. But it doesn't mean that in Malawi there are no cases of people who want to make it. We just need to find
No,
them, break that
no,
cycle.
exactly. It's like, so he is one of those people who are trying to make an effort. And even for the project, he told me, because he is born there, grew up there, and he's telling me that even if there is a farm, sometimes they are even given seeds to go and plant, but they will ask you, do I get lunch? So before you get so little things. So it's like, we should look at what is it for us in the long run, not what is it
Yes,
for us today.
yeah,
Because if today we cannot get results.
yeah, yeah,
But if we water it and we start, so we just have to, it lies all in our minds.
yeah,
We
yeah.
open our minds and decide and work on it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. We should look at it in the long term. It's an investment, and as from the moment where we do not look at it in the long term, there are so many other opportunities that we cannot even dare to venture because we want it now. quick fix. Now, well, give me
Exactly.
lunch now so I can fill my stomach, and then we will see. Dinner now. Then tomorrow you keep struggling. So it's a mindset thing.
It is a mindset thing. So it begins with us, our own, and then we will realize, and we have all the tools we need
Yes,
to make the right steps.
yes, yes, exactly. So in this circumstance, what one major change will you make in your business when the pandemic is over?
Well, when you sent me the questions, I was really thinking about that question. And, it's something that I'm still working on because, in every business, you have to go with the times.
Yes,
Like now that we talk business, I will just talk about what I'm doing of now, my
yes,
business. I
yes,
have a design. I have a company. In my company, I design clothes, fashion design, and art. I do a lot of art design and stuff like that. But I also have collections. So in this time before Corona, I was getting ready for my summer collection. I was delivering to the boutiques, and now even the boutiques that I delivered for, they are closed, so they cannot even sell. And online too, the kind of clothes I sell, they need you to go and touch and see and try. So
yes,
I've been selling mostly in boutiques and maybe in my showroom. So now that there are nobody buying, I was stuck. I was for almost 3 weeks sitting there, no income is coming, wondering what do I do and what is on demand now. You
yes,
know,
yes,
what do people need? What can within my company or within my skills? What can I produce that in the long run people will need even after Corona?
yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah,
I thought, let me make masks, not just any mask, but I made really. I can show you. I'm actually in my workshop now, and
yeah,
these are
yeah,
the masks I'm making. You see
yeah,
this? I
yeah.
think, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
with
Now you're
different
talking.
colors. Exactly, because there are also people who don't want it African style. I give them also plain.
Yes,
You can
yes,
wear it both sides.
yes. And they are
And
washable. Yes,
and they are washable at 90 degrees. So it is really upon you to decide. You be active, do research, what's going on, how can I, because if you sit there, everybody is in this crisis. You're not the only one.
yes, 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 yes,
you
yes,
know
yes, yes.
and the question is, do you want to take a loan after the thing? No, you go with the full. So for me, I'm glad that I still could open my atelier because I live downstairs and I work. My workshop is
Oh,
upstairs, as you can
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah,
This is, so I get still to work, which I'm glad about that.
yeah. So do you have it online? How can people order?
People can order them on my Facebook, Claudia Fashions and Designs. You can choose which color you want, and then you just write me and you can order it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up the shop now button on the Facebook.
Yes.
So probably by tomorrow it will be on, so people can be doing it automatically.
Yeah, yeah, that's so much needed right now in the moment. I mean, this is what we need. I don't have one. I'm going to order directly. So, you have when you have the button, please let me know. I need to have some of those because I don't have mask.
No problem. I will. Really, they are really good at getting people. They are really ordering, and when they get it, they order more because now they want to give as presents to their children,
Yes,
families,
yes,
friends.
yes,
And
yes,
for 10 francs, it's not much. They cost 10 francs,
yes.
including the versand cost,
Okay.
the
Oh, the
delivery
shipping,
cost.
the shipping, yeah,
Yeah,
shipping,
yeah,
yeah.
the shipping. Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
one of those who is going to queue up a lot at the post office because the queue in these days is long, no?
I'm telling you, I'm queuing up, and there's some even I have to now. Even now, there's a delivery that I have to bring it tomorrow somehow because they needed it to tomorrow, and I couldn't finish it because I was also panicking about your interview. But we are doing delivery by post, delivery by auto. We take it to the post, to the
Okay.
briefcast, and the people can do twint. They can pay with twint.
Okay. So how many of you are you now in this project of creating mask?
Now, at the moment, I'm working with with the family. It's a family thing. My brother is helping me, my daughter, and a friend of mine comes to help cut
Yeah.
the patterns. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how
So
many
at the
can you
moment,
how many can you produce per day?
per day, I can produce up to 100 when I work consistently, and if less, up to 80.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So you ship only within Switzerland, right? You don't ship in Europe.
I do ship in Europe, but when someone wants in Europe, they have to pay more because of the sending charges.
Yes, yes, I
So it
understand.
comes to the depending on which region, but in Deutschland, Austria, France, it's 5 francs more. So it's
Oh, okay.
15.
Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't the price doesn't really change.
Yeah.
But it's easier for you. It's easier for you because you were already in the fashion business. If somebody was just a singer, soul singer, and now with the corona, how do they pivot? How do they go about changing? For you, you've been in the design business, you have the machine, you have the skills, you
Yeah.
have the atelier. Not everybody has
Yes.
it. So
Yeah.
what advice can you give to someone who is in your original business as a musician? How do you cope?
Well, in this time of day, music, for those who you cannot do, if you have a family, you cannot just do music alone, because music alone does not pay too much, especially in Switzerland. I'm talking about now Switzerland. And that's why I had to venture in my passion of design, because the seasons I don't have concerts, then I get to work in the atelier. And then when I have concerts, I'm full time with the concert. So I need the music, and I also need the
Yeah.
fashion, because also my fashion are seasonal. I can only produce them in summer. Most of my designs are summer. So in winter, I cannot sell much. So with music, I can say if you're living from it, you have to be active. What are the other musicians doing? People are doing live concerts. Initiate yourself, see what is there, share your music online, send to your friends. And now this time people really do need music. So there are so great chances of you maybe getting more downloads on Spotify or YouTube, or you have to push yourself. Yeah, because you can say, now that you said it very nicely, that at least to me, I had the atelier and stuff and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
even having the machines
yeah.
is not everything. Is having the idea, because I can produce the whole day t-shirts, but if nobody is buying t-shirts, I will be doing nothing. But if I can be, so it's all me. I am very chap. I always check what is on trend, what is going. Then I'm always flexible, even with music. I always try to fuse my style. If people love my voice with salsa, I mix both.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
people
yeah.
love my you always have to stand yourself.
Yes, 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 yes.
Everything you do that is self-standing, that is, how do you call self-standing in English? Oh my God. Self-employed.
Yeah.
You always have to be 2 times ahead of your customer. What do they need? What is on demand that they want? If you have a business or you don't have a business, then you have to think, what skills do I have? Maybe you can cook. Let me start to cook now and put on my Facebook, say I'm delivering food every lunchtime. What can you do? This is all, that's my message always. Because there's no human being who can tell me they can't do something.
Yes,
Everybody can do something.
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes,
that's what I said. This was the time for us to think, who are you? What have you been doing? What have you done? What are you thinking of doing? How are you going to go about it? What are your strategies? Not
You
sit
have,
down, because wait, most of the people are busy online checking videos. They were on Netflix. They were I don't know, they were just busy doing unnecessary things. But if they would have taken this time to do research on what they have interest in, maybe in this time take a 2 week online course, or I don't know, make this time positive
yeah,
towards your future.
yeah, yeah. Learn new skills. Yes,
Exactly. Send yourself.
yes. You have amazing points, which I completely agree with. But still, it's not easy to do. But these are difficult times. You have to come up with, difficult. You have to talk yourself into something positive. You have to talk yourself out of a difficult situation. It's not easy, but here we are. You have to find a solution. And also now, sitting at home, I was just thinking the other day, this is the time for us to think of what the world needs at this moment. It's
Exactly.
good to have a passion. It's good
Yes.
to, like you have your music. Your music is your passion. When you're in it, you leave. It makes
Yes.
you go to a different level. It's good to have all of that. I have my nonprofit, which I'm doing right now. I wake up and I
Mm-hmm.
do my thing. It's my passion.
Yes.
It fires me up. But I have my 9 to 5 to pay my bills and pay my mortgage and send my kids to school.
Exactly.
So now is the time to rethink. When I hear, they used to say, quit your 9 to 5, do online business, da 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 da. It is good. All those ideas are good, but they are not relevant for each person. Each
No, no,
situation is
everybody
different.
have to find their identity.
Yeah,
It's like let me give you an example. You go to a bank, you say, I need a loan,
yeah,
and you don't know what you want to do with it. You will not get the loan. So you need, first of all, to make a business plan, make a strategy, do your research. And then if you're lucky, if you have your research in order, you will get a loan. And there are also a lot of, especially now, people should be open-minded. Check on your government sites. What are the governments offering? They have youth funds. They have women funds. They have places where people can go and get food. Inform yourself with the right information. Stop watching unwanted Facebook for videos and sharing people things that you are not sure about. Keep yourself busy with things that will develop you, feed your mind positively and take you to the next level.
yeah. And I'll just add on to that. Corona will be over. Just in case we keep forgetting, it will be over. Who will you be when this is over? How are you going to come out of this? How are you going to
I
come out
think
of
I
this?
will.
Broken or
First of all, I will ask that God to continue giving me health, because this is the most important thing. Despite being active, thinking positive, we thank God first for health, that we can be talking now. There's so many people who died in this
yes,
time. So
yes,
first of all, we need to pray for health. And what I think is that me as Claudia, I come out of this appreciating life more, not taking advantage of everything that I have, everybody that I love, that loves me, that supports me, that I support. You know, I want to come out of this as a better person for me and also for my surrounding.
yeah,
Because I think there are some also, for example, characters that I've been doing and I didn't know. Then I
yes,
said, Claudia, I think I stop this now. I
yeah,
start to be better. I start to be aufmerksamt, even to the world. When I'm drinking a flash of water, I throw it by recycling. I don't throw it on I start to take serious the things that matter.
yes, yeah. You become more conscious of yourself,
Exactly.
your
And
mistakes, and yeah, because we have the time now to sit and think And this is a beautiful
Exactly.
thing. This is a beautiful gift from Corona, no matter the financial difficulties. And we should ask ourselves, I sit here and preach financial freedom. To what level? How much of this financial freedom do we need? And who exactly does need this financial freedom? Because for some people, they have their garden, they have fresh food, they have their kids are grown, they can pay their bills. It's still some kind of financial freedom, but to what degree? So each one is different, each situation is different.
Yes, that's where, this is very important. Again, it's to back to what I say: identify yourself, then you'll
Yeah,
know what kind of problems do you have, what
yeah,
kinds of solutions do I need,
yeah,
which kind of people do I need in my surrounding,
yeah,
because this always matters to for us as human being. Even the independence, you say, the financial independence, or
yeah,
what is it actually? Is it financial independent? I can pay my bills, I can go to ferrying, or what is financial independence
you should
anyway?
define it for yourself. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. For you,
yeah,
not for my neighbor or for my sister, for you.
yeah,
What is your budget? Live on your budget. Don't buy a Gucci bag and you cannot pay your rent.
yeah. Live within your
We
within
start
your
being
means.
wise.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. How do you think African governments can improve on their governance during this crisis? How can they now stand up and say, we, the African government, are ready to support our people? For example, in your country, how can your government stand up better for the people to now as we speak?
Well, I like I said, my government. I don't want to talk bad, but I want to praise what I've seen so far because I'm not in Kenya, but I've seen online on the news. There are a lot of ministers or
Yes,
members
we
of
saw.
parliament. They're distributing a lot of things, masks, food to their constituencies.
Yes,
And that's that's what I think should have been even before,
exactly.
because even before Corona, people were dying of hunger.
Yes,
Why
yes,
were they not doing it like a monthly thing before Corona? Because even before Corona, people didn't have, health and all these things. If Corona, it had to take Corona for them to realize that they can actually help people by doing, then somehow Corona was good for them to wake up. Because Kenya, I saw even in Mombasa, the Joho, that is the member of I don't know how I forget how they're called, the senator of Mombasa, the Coast Province. He distributed walk-through sanitizers. It was so nice. Things that even Switzerland we still don't have.
yes. Except in
You know
supermarkets,
what
of
I
course. Yeah.
mean? Yeah. So it was like there are some things in my country that I'm so proud of them that they are doing. They're taking initiatives. We have even local people, individual people who are going door to door, donating foods, helping around. So I think the governments of Africa should just wake up and start using the resources and the tax money to help the people.
Yeah. To build
They
their
have
country.
everything
To build
to
their
build
country.
their country. They
Yeah.
put not put it in their pockets. They
Yes.
are putting
Yes.
it in their pockets.
Yeah. But at the moment, they're not traveling abroad. At the moment, they're not safe. I mean, no one is even. So if you had money abroad, you have problems getting it out right now. Or you can do
Yeah, but
online.
but now the money they were was traveling with, they could actually now put it back in the food banks. You
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
sanitizer. Equip their villages,
Yeah.
especially interior villages where people don't have enough hygiene articles.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. This is the time for the African government to say we can do it. You know,
Yeah,
this is the time
we
because
can do it.
they can absolutely do it. Rwanda is doing it. Any other country can do it.
Yes.
Any
Yes,
other country
yes,
can do it. This is the
yeah.
time because Africans should not be lacking in mask. How many tailors do you have on one street in the African
Thank you.
village? How many?
Thank you. Thank
Zillions of
you.
them. They're all doing the same business. Agriculture. That continent is blessed with land. We should not be lacking food, but we are. Okay, hand sanitizer, I can understand. I understand we don't have water, but mask, we should
You
not.
know that one too with the mask, I also don't understand, because imagine if the government could, instead of the government ordering masks from China, they could give these orders to these
To the
tailors.
locals. Yes.
So you can imagine in a whole market of tailors
Yes.
producing for the government. This
Yes.
is marvelous.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I don't know why I am sure that there are some people have already thought of it and putting initiatives on it. So let's see the coming months or days, if there will be any new ways, from our governments.
Yeah, I know of a lady. I interviewed her here, and she's going to produce mask and to supply it to an online supermarket in Nairobi. So that's
Mhm.
in the making. But there is a part of it that people are not thinking of, and she explained to me that the problem is they do not have the machines for it and the materials for it. That's the gloves.
Definitely.
Is the gloves.
Yes.
Now they are working towards mask. So if anyone is listening to this, there is a niche. There is somewhere you can
Of masks, of
of
gloves.
gloves that's being needed, because also that's what many people cannot produce in the moment. So anyone sewing, find a way to produce gloves, because people need that. In Africa, hand sanitizer is a problem. It's a problem. So anyone who can produce gloves, there you go. There is a niche for you. We have to think outside of the box.
Yeah, think of what can we do, what can we create, and I'm telling you, I won't be surprised. There's somebody already thinking of these things we are saying, or it's
Of
already
course,
in doing.
of course, I'm sure there are people doing it, but the problem is lack of capital and lack of the material. Lack of capital
Yes.
is the problem.
So this is where now the government should step in, and the organizations that have been sponsoring a lot of other projects. They should now also focus on sponsoring the immediacy of what's happening now. Who are ready to do what do they need, how much funds can we raise. It's like, I don't know how I can put it, but these youth projects, youth programs, women programs, widows programs, girls that if the government could have like buttons of it in their website, so people of different ages can go and find specific ideas or help
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
government.
This is the time to create, jobs for people, opportunities for people, you know,
Yes.
because as you said, widows, women, or youth, they can then have these contracts to produce stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yes.
can have contracts, even if it's for just a month. They can have contracts, and this is how you start creating job, and you stimulate some kind of ideas in people's minds.
Lilian, when you think about it, when you say I was thinking also to donate food.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I didn't have money. I only had 100 Swiss francs. Then I said, if I use this 100 Swiss franc, I will probably maybe donate food to a few people, which will not last them a whole month, maybe for a few days.
Yeah.
But with these 10 francs, I can buy material to produce 200 masks,
Yeah.
sell half of them I distribute to the people who need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you cannot think about yourself. Now it's not the time of making profit. Now it's the time of doing something with what you have, not waiting for much, but being able to continue it.
Yes. And also to create that possibility in people's
Yeah,
mind. To create
yeah, because they are smiling. The teacher who is making the mask now, they have some money with the family. The people who got the mask today, we distributed 30 masks to a children's orphanage in Kisumu. they called me. They were so happy because it's not much, but it did help somewhere.
Of
So
course.
we cannot feed everybody, but if we could find a way to help them make their own money to buy food or make their own food, that would be more helpful than buy food for them every day.
Yes. And we've been used to giving money so that people can go buy food, go buy clothes, go
Mm-hmm,
marry someone, go have party, go get married. Let's give them the machine so that they can sew and have their own business.
mm-hmm,
Give them
mm-hmm.
something, to do their own thing. You do run a non-profit organization.
Yeah.
How is this affecting your non-profit?
Well, we were just finished with our 3-year pilot last year in September. So as of January, we were closed. So we were closed in a way that now we were planning of how to now start the project officially.
Okay.
But since the corona hit us, we could not do much because we didn't know where do we start.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more again about your project or about your
My
non-profit.
project is a women's project called Hope for Girls.
Yes.
We have been training women and girls on tailoring, Kunsthandwerk, arts and craft,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship skills, hygiene. We've been doing a lot of courses also concerning women, sex education, and children. So it was a project with so many branches, and now we wanted to focus on tailoring and design
Okay.
to
Okay.
help the women and girls who don't have any otherwise in their life to do something, dropouts, or girls who went to school but cannot continue. They could come there and learn skills, and then they can continue creating their own lives.
And where is it based?
It's based in Kisumu. That's Kisumu. That's west part of Kenya, Western
Okay.
Kenya.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see how we can collaborate. How you can collaborate with AWIF, and
Mm-hmm.
to see what's possible for these girls, or maybe with my other non-profit, a sister in the world, how we can collaborate to help these girls. But it's time we stop giving money. It's not taking anybody anywhere.
That's what our thing. That was our thing for this year. Our slogan was no aid but trade. We
Yes.
have taught them skills now for the last 3 years. Now we were to give them the platform to use their skills to create money for themselves.
Yes. Yes.
Not give them all the time, pay the teachers, pay them lunch, pay this. Now they can use their skills to get money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trade.
Yeah.
No aid but trade. They use their skills to trade.
Yeah. And do they seem to appreciate that, or they prefer? Of course, many will prefer the money, but are some of them going with the flow? Are they welcoming the idea?
Yeah, so far we've had 45 women have passed through our training with certificates as
Okay.
tailors. And out of this, we have at least 10 who are doing tailoring continuously.
Oh, good.
And then we have some who have gone for higher studies through other projects. We trained them, and then we gave them to other projects to continue with the level, because we reached a certain level that was just that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then we have those ones who did not have interest. They just wanted to come and eat lunch and feel good and get the free tampon every month. So you in a group of people, you get serious and not serious people.
Okay. But at least you have 10 people. So 10 every year is it's a lot.
Yeah, and they're serious. They're doing something. They're developing their lives. So I think it's worth it.
Exactly. Let's talk behind the scenes. Let's see what is possible and how we can do a little bit more of this. And if these women are creating, they're sewing, they could be creating masks at this moment. They could be thinking of gloves at this moment.
They are creating masks. When you go on our Fogi page, you will see some of the masks that they have created so far.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Mm.
great. I should talk to Winnie, who has IPP, to see, or to Nancy to see if there's any possible collaboration here, because that's how we have to do it. We have to put people together, make them collaborate, and do something together rather than helping them with money. Sometimes the capital is good; they need the capital to start, but after that, we need to see them go do the things on their own.
I think you are your capital, and to get your capital, you need to move yourself and send yourself.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So,
And my last wish will be on Friday. I'll be having a live stream concert with my full band.
please,
So if you
yes.
guys will, it will be full house, dancing, crying, smiling, everything. So everybody should tune in and dance with Masika. Live stream concert on Friday, 17th of April at 6 o'clock, 6:30 o'clock in the
Okay.
evening.
If you can please share that live stream with me, I would share it with my audience as well, and I will watch live and we will dance live. At that time, my kids are still awake, so we can dance together.
Yeah, it's for the whole family. I'm gonna do a wonderful concert, God
I know
willing.
that. I know that. You are a lady on fire, girl.
There are a lot of people depending on me, my dear. I have to move. When I sleep, a lot of people sleep, so I have to always find a way to be on the move.
Okay. I do appreciate you taking some time to come speak with me. I need some mask. Let's talk behind the scene what we can do with the women that are working for your nonprofit in Kimusu in Nairobi in Kenya. So let's get together again and see what collaborate. Yeah, yeah, go girl. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I need
That's
some of
good.
the.
Yeah, so I will send you. We'll make an order later, and you choose a color. I will send it to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Stay well, stay safe, and God bless you all.
Oh, thank
Much
you.
love.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye, my dear.
Bye. Yes, so that was it for today. Women are making it happen. Be it in abroad or in Africa, things are happening. Collaborations are being made. Come up here. This is your platform. I cannot express enough. My job is to link you to those who are looking for investment, those who are looking for capital. That's my job. That's my pleasure. And my name is Lillian Mole. Thank you so much. I will be with you again tomorrow for another interesting live stream with Nadine Hegel from London. Do not miss, do not miss. Let's stay together. Let's remember who we are, the assets that we do have. This is the time to create something new. This is the time to collaborate. I want to see many women talking to each other, many women helping each other. There is no such thing as distant. There is no distance. You do not need a passport to come see me, come talk to me. On this platform, you can anytime, any day. And if you need collaboration with anyone that I've interviewed, ask. Ask. That's all you need. Ask. If you don't ask, you will not get. Take care. Bye bye.